When investigating the relationship between real GDP and real net exports, there's three approaches we can take to get a fleshed out understanding of what's going on: intuition, math, and analyzing real-world data. Johnny, an American with a wicked sweet tooth, likes expensive Swiss chocolate. Like a lot. But believe it or not, there's something Johnny likes more than chocolate, namely keeping his house. So if a recession hit the American economy, say in 2008, and Johnny loses his job, we can expect him to put his imported chocolate habit on the back burner in favor of more important things like paying his mortgage, or to buy domestically made chocolate instead. Makes sense. Let's take it to the math. The accounting identity is GDP equals consumption plus investment plus government spending plus net exports. In our example of a recession killing Johnny's imported chocolate habit, we look at Johnny as one consumer in a macroeconomy. In this macroeconomy, GDP decreases thanks to the recession. We should expect the right side of the equation to decrease in equal measure, one of those elements being net exports. So we would expect net exports to drop. Let's throw our queries into Fred and see what it spits out. It looks like net exports increased during the 2008 recession. And from these graphs, real GDP on top and net exports on the bottom, it looks like they're about inversely related. To explain this, let's go back to the math. Just because real GDP goes down doesn't mean necessarily that net exports have to go down. In fact, we know in reality that net exports increased. So that means that something else on the right side of the equation has to decrease even more. So let's look at that C in the equation. We can confirm that consumption did fall during the recession. It doesn't look as dramatic as the decrease in GDP, which makes sense, because the recession hit investment disproportionately hard during the recession, and Fred corroborates that fact. So we found our rabbit. We now know that investment decreased significantly, enough to offset the increase in net exports due to people substituting away from expensive imports. Now, consumer behavior is very complex, but at least by looking at the data, we were able to reconcile the seemingly unintuitive increase in net exports with the accounting identity.